Hi, welcome. What I would like to show you right now is how to start a nice little border for your finished graphghan. My first thing would be is to check that I have no ends in the edges. So in this case I do. I'm just going to quickly sew them in so that you can have a continuation of how to sew in a couple of ends. This yarn is too big for my needle. So what I do is I look in the direction that the yarn is going, and it's going towards this direction, my hand. So I am just going to go with the flow and I make an S stitch. So I'll go down one, and then I'll go up or right, depending on which way you're watching. I always like to say up and down. And then I go backwards into that stitch, and it creates a back stitch knot. So then I take that stitch or that thread, chop it off, and I do it to this one as well because it's going to interfere with my border. So basically this is going to be a video on how to sew in an end and how to add a border. I already chose what kind of border I want to do, and I chose the color I'm going to do. So I'm going to actually use blue, which is almost the same as this background, and that should work. I'm going to just do a simple, this one's really tough. Okay, back out of that one. Put it into a different loop here. There we go. Okay, so now that's tightened off. Now I prefer doing half double crochet on all of my graphs. I enjoy it. You may like corner to corner and other stitches, and that's fine. So here we go. I've got that all tidied up, and I have my blue that I'm going to use for the border. It's very similar to the background. It's called royal blue, and all I do is find my my end, which now I have a giant knot I have to undo. Knots are terribly fun to try and get out of yarn. Sometimes you can spend hours doing that. And so then, okay, what we can do is we can pretty much start anywhere. You don't have to start at the corner or anywhere. So what's weird is that the side is different than the front, but what you'll have to do is treat each one. So you've got your 1, 2, 3 crochets along here. Just treat the same as a row. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So we're going to be doing single crochet. So you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with your rows. Now this may look a little hard to see because of the same color, but all I do is I measure my strand to be like 6 or 8 inches. I'm just going to pick this spot to start in. I simply lay my thread against it, hold it with my thumb, assume the position with the thread, yarn over, and I pull through. Simple as that. Now people like to make knots to really anchor it, but if you're careful and you have a long enough end, you don't need to worry about that. So the first thing we want to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 chain, push this thread to the back, it'll get sewn in after, and I'm going to skip 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to go slip stitch. Now how does that look? No, that's incorrect. So we're going to reverse this. I'm going to go back. My first step should have been, and my mistake, is a single crochet. So all I do is I go into the next, drop one, yarn over, pull through, there's a single crochet. And what I do is I do a single crochet all the way around the project first. And then when that's done, then you make your design, whether it's a picot or a triple chain or double chain or a candy cane or whatever you want. See, right now I'm adding a blue row, which is going to be a little tricky for me to notice at the end because it'll look like the row that is already there. But I will have to just remind myself. If it's a different color, it's a lot easier to keep control of. So all I'm doing is I'm going along. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, I'm making half double crochets already. That's how used to it I am. See, and the other thing is, yeah, it doesn't need to be a single crochet. So see, I'm pretty stuck on double or half double crochets. So basically what I should be doing is, if I just want to stick with my norm, which is a half double crochet, it's the one I love the most, it's the most comfortable, I can do it with my eyes closed, you just do that all the way around instead of the single crochet. It really doesn't matter. It's all in your creativity, and that's what's fun about it, is that it's light-hearted, there's no pressure, you can just do what you want, and it'll look fantastic. The fun part is choosing all these different colors that you get to play with. Sure, it can be costly, but if it's a hobby that you enjoy, it doesn't matter. So here in the corner, I'm going to add a second half double crochet. I'm going to add a third one because you want to turn it 90 degrees. And the only way to do that is sometimes by using four of any stitch into that corner. Sometimes it's two, a double crochet, you may just use two. This one, and you'll just see it might look a little bubbly. So I'm pushing this extra thread to the back. I'll sew that in later. And so then what I'm going to do is now yarn over, go through, and pull up my half double crochets. Again, I like half double crochets. All of my patterns are half double crochets. It's the one I like to work in. I find it looks great. It doesn't give you boredom just because of that extra little yarn over and pulling through three. It gives height to a project, but not as much as a double crochet and not as short as a single crochet. So if you like doing corner to corner or C2C, that's your choice, but my group is just doing half double crochets and showing relatively simple stitches. Maybe in the future, if I have time to learn corner to corner, I might incorporate that, but at this time I don't, and this is my preferred method. So I hope you enjoy the little videos that I'm providing, and if you do, please subscribe or please hit like. Any little bit helps, and that can sustain the fact of me making more videos and showing off skills. So I'm going to continue this all the way around. I have 200 stitches to go and 249 rows, so it will take a little bit of time, and I won't show you the whole thing, but I will cut back to when it is at the end of this row and we start the next little type of border. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to take a few moments, but there we go. So now if you look, this is what we want to do here is I always put a marker because I don't want to lose that thread, so that way I can pull it tight and look at it. And when you see the corners, see how it started off and it rounds the corner straight, and then it's a nice line. So when I get back all the way around and I get back to this area, I will show you the next step. Thanks, guys. One half double crochet in the space just before the corner. Here's the corner. I'm going to put 4 in there now. That's 2. 3, 4, and then I'm going to go into the straight across here, and this is starting the final last row for the border. And here I just rounded the corner. I'm at the part where the grass is. And I've been making half double crochets. Here I come to the 3rd corner and I just half double crochet through, and right in the corner here we want to put 4 half double crochets, 2 for each side, to make a nice bend in the corner. Two more. Okay, so that's 4, and now I look at the next row and I add a single crochet into that. Sorry, half double crochet. Normally it's a single crochet, but in my case I like doing half doubles, so it just happened to turn out that way. And I put a single crochet in each end of the row, working my way all the way around. And you see how it made the square edge, the 90-degree corner? Looks real nice. I like the blue against the green. It's really striking. All right, and I'm going to continue on now to the next corner. Now I'm approaching the last corner. Get a little thick at the edges. Here we go. Okay, now I'm at the corner. All right, so here we go. We're almost to the end of the last row to doing the border. This is the last stitch right here that I've now completed. Now here's where it begins. So the first thing you do is slip stitch. That ends the row. There. Now, depending on what kind of border you want to do, I already have one in mind. I'm going to do 3 chains, and then I'm going to skip 2 single crochets, insert my hook, and slip stitch. Now, that doesn't give me the look that I want. So, I'm going to try a little longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 2, insert, boom. It's sort of okay. It's very basic. It's not usually what I like to do. So I am going to do some research and find out another border that I want to use, and I'll come back. So I thought about it, and normally I like to give a little frilly border to all of my graphghans, but in this instance I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I really like the clean edge that it gives. I did a half double crochet all the way around all edges, so I'm just going to continue sewing in ends. And right now with this border, if I want to make something later on, I'm just going to give myself a really long strand, cut that off, and I'm just going to finish off my edge here, pull my thread through, and that's it. Because this is such a large blanket, I didn't want to use excess yarn, so to keep it as simple as I can, now I'm just going to continue doing the ends. Thanks for watching.